Welcome back to The Dilemma. I'm Emma
And I'm Brian
Burns,
Burns.
and today we're going to be talking about quiet quitting,
Yes,
correct?
that's right.
So, we're going to be sharing some statistics, trends, some business trends in 2022, and what we think will happen in 2023, along with some trivia and our thoughts, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, I don't know if everyone is aware of what quiet quitting is, but I looked at the definition, so we're going to share it because we didn't really know what it was prior to
It's a
today
new
either.
it's a new concept to me that doesn't compute with my, I don't know, with just how I believe, like how it sits funny with me, but it's
Yeah.
curious. I'm curious, and let's talk about it.
Okay, so it says if you are wondering whether you can be fired for adopting a quietly quitting mindset on the job, the short answer is yes. Quiet quitting is about doing the bare minimum and not going above and beyond. So it's pretty much being emotionally and intellectually disengaged from your position while still collecting a paycheck.
Yeah, doesn't that just go counter to everything that you feel and believe?
Yeah, if you're not if you're not happy at a job, then you should probably find a new one instead of just
Exactly. Yeah,
be
that's
taking up space. You're only doing yourself a disservice.
well, and it almost feels like you're stealing or cheating the company because you're not, I don't know, you're not engaged in the job. I guess
Yeah,
in the
that is
description
a
it
different way
says
to think about it, but I would agree with that.
it says that you're doing the bare minimum, so you're doing
hmm
something, but um yeah. Did did you have an article that you were gonna reference?
So I was going to share some statistics. So U.S. workers who said they were disengaged from work between the years of 2007 and 2015 was about 20%. It then dropped to just 13% in 2018, but between 2020 and 2022, it went back up to 18%. Around that same time, those who say they were engaged dropped an additional 4%, bringing it to 32% now.
Wow.
So the disengaged went up to 18% and the engaged went down to 32%. And then I wanted to read another thing that said, well, this is kind of just my opinion on why people are quitting, but many times people will blame it on the fact that, quote unquote, no one wants to work. But I think there's a lot of reasons why people could be quitting. And if you think about it, there's like talk of a recession occurring in 2023, inflation is spiking, and I read an article. It said a bad boss can burn out a worker than faster than anything else. And so low paying jobs aren't nearly as desired. So imagine someone working at like a yogurt shop or something. You can imagine them doing the bare minimum just to collect the paycheck for their
Sure.
16-year-old um, self, or someone who's scared of a recession taking place and um, can't exactly jump ships or change jobs right now because it's not a good time. So they're kind of cruising by.
Right, but doesn't it seem to you, at least this is how I would think of it, like if we're in a recession, then I want to hold on to my job even that
Yeah,
much more. So
right.
why
You want to work
why
harder so that you're not at the bottom of the barrel during the recession. You're doing well for yourself.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to be the last person that they think of, having to let go. I want to be the guy that they need to have around and um work hard and try to earn as much money as I can, put in the
Yeah.
hours, all that stuff. Um, so it seems counterintuitive to me, I guess, is what I'm saying.
hmm Yeah, I would agree with that.
But as they say, I think you just mentioned that a bad boss can burn out an employee pretty quickly. So if you're working for somebody that is challenging, then that that part of it I could see where somebody might get frustrated and not want to, and not be motivated to go above and beyond, but just get done what they have to do. So
I
I
think in the
think,
past we've talked about too, like reasons why you would want to find a new job and say it's you're ready to be challenged. A lot of times the discussion has been around being challenged further than your current position challenges you. But what's interesting is this is kind of opposite, is people are looking for just another job. They're not looking, the challenge would be to exceed at the job you're in and to do the best you can and get hired to a larger position, etc. But what they're doing is thinking around and searching up another job because they're not doing great or whatever it is, or they're not motivated. And
right,
the weird thing is no job is going to motivate you. You're the motivation in the job. So
you got to find ways to motivate yourself
exactly.
and energize yourself and um, get engaged in your work. And like you mentioned earlier, if not, then maybe you need to be looking for a different place to work.
Yeah, or not even a different place, but a different career path because uh if it's not factors such as your boss or, whatever, then
Maybe you're in
maybe
the
you're,
wrong role.
yeah, exactly.
Find something that you're a better fit for.
Yeah, and you're more passionate about, so you're not doing a disservice to the company.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
I put some tips on how to not burn out of a job.
Okay.
Not that I've ever experienced burnout, but I figured these are ways that I like to work during the day to not get um too drained. So take walks. It helps just get some fresh air.
That's
Um,
good.
make friends at your job. Makes the job a lot more fun when you're having a bad day and you have someone to talk to, or you're having a good day and you have someone to share it with. And then another one, and my last one would be to set personal goals. So of course you have goals that your manager gives you, and those are great. That's what you should be striving towards. But if you make personal goals for the day or for the week, it
Yeah,
helps to break it down to a much smaller scale and makes it more of a SMART goal,
I
which
like that.
is achievable, timely, um, forget the R in the,
So I think these are all really good. Taking walks, like take a 15-minute break and go for a walk, gets your blood flowing, gets your mind working, and gets your thoughts going. I think making friends is a good one. I know we've had John Ader on the dilemma before,
mm-hmm,
and he's always been a work friend when we've
yeah,
worked together. And even when we're not working together, it's like, dude, I need someone to, kick me in the butt.
yeah,
And he'll be like, okay, what are you struggling with? And well, this is what's going on, and I just need to be re-energized. And so we'll strategize, okay, what are some things you could do? And so it definitely helps to have a work friend, somebody that motivates you, even if it's not your boss or even if, it's not the job. But sometimes a friend can help really give you perspective and go, okay, this is what you should be doing, or here's some thoughts, and or just somebody to kind of bounce things off of.
yeah.
It's always good. And I like the personal goals thing. You can even share those personal goals with your boss and have him hold you accountable to them. It's
Mm-hmm.
like that's a little risky, but if you have a good relationship with your boss, you can do that. If you don't, then share them with a friend, share them with someone that you don't work with or whatever, and just find a way to hold yourself accountable to them so that you're more motivated and driven to do that.
Yep. And then some reasons why I have stayed at a company. So for others looking for reasons why they should stay. Uh, flexibility, benefits, and management. So kind of like we were saying, the bad boss can drive away a worker faster than anything. Management is very important. I'm actually very blessed with the management I have in my current role,
Me
and
too.
I'm very happy.
Mhm.
But then the benefits. So, I mean, one of our leading like selling points for our HCM software is we can help attract and retain
Yep.
top talent, and that's with the different benefits that they can offer to our system. Um, and then lastly would be flexibility. So get the job done, and it could be very flexible at the same time
Mhm.
in the sense where,
It is interesting. You and I are in positions in sales where we sell solutions that do help
mhm,
companies to attract and retain employees.
yeah,
And we talk about that all the time, like, employee engagement is critical and this and that. But
yeah,
I think this really shows that that engagement really is critical. Because if you got 30% of your workforce just doing the bare minimum and not really pushing the needle for you, imagine what would happen to your organization if you could get that number down to 10% or 5%. And now you've got 90% of your workforce, overperforming and really pushing and trying to, grow the company and make it better.
yeah,
Um, it's going to make a huge difference to
mhm,
your bottom line, to your, you know, shareholders and all that stuff, because they're going to see such a big difference. I, I
yep,
really, I really believe that. It's a, it's like, if you had a soccer team, we both played soccer, right? So you had a soccer team, and if three of the players on the field were just standing around doing nothing,
I know,
imagine if you had everybody like going
mhm,
100%, or, you know, um, whatever. It's just it would make a huge difference in the outcome.
yep,
I don't know if
I
that's a great
agree.
analogy, but
It's true. Um, okay, so then I wanted to talk about just some fun new places we've been to recently.
talk about it.
Well, do you have any?
Do I have any? I went to a place that I've been many times, but I went there recently. It's called Havana Kitchen in
Mm,
Temecula, Old Town,
when
and
did you go there?
it's on Fifth Street, I think. Yeah, Fifth Street in Old Town, or just off of
Yeah.
Front Street. I went there last week with Carolyn. And they have this entree that I just really love the flavors. It's a steak. It's a Cuban restaurant, and I forget what they call the steak, but it's the very first item on the menu, and you can have it three different ways. I do the way with cilantro and lemon, I think, but the way they season the steak and the way they serve it with grilled onions it's just phenomenal. My friend Mark, who's since passed, but he used to make a steak called a Filipino steak, and I've never been able to find anything like it. And this is probably the closest thing. Um, but I crave that one Mark used to make. But this one also is worthy, and I occasionally get a craving for it, and that's why I went back there. So Havana Kitchen.
Nice. I really do like that place as well. Mine would be Bolero in Temecula.
Hmm.
So,
You've been telling me about that one. I haven't
yeah,
gotten there yet.
yeah, I know I keep poking at you with it, but
Yeah.
it's like a winery in Temecula, and they sell Spanish food. So we had the patata bravas, which is like a potato dish, like fried potato dish though. And then same with croquettes, which is like a deep fried roll with potatoes inside it and then over a bed of short rib. So those are really good. And then we, of course, had sangria, which
I
was
found
delicious.
it sounds amazing. I definitely want to get there and give it a go. It it sounds like the kind of place I'd love to eat and try. You went there after you'd visited Spain, right? Like you're
Yeah,
looking for
when I came
something.
back, yeah, when I came back from Spain, I was like craving Spanish food, and so I tried it, and it was really good.
Um, anyway, I found the menu for the Havana Kitchen. Do you mind if I just share that real quick?
Mm-mm.
So it's this entree here. Are you seeing my screen?
Yeah,
It's this first entree on their menu under dishes and bowls. I always get the dish, but I'm sure the bowl is fine. It's just a different portion size. But the steak, they slice it and grill it with onion or serve it with grilled onions, and you have to select the way that you want it prepared. And I like just this cilantro and lime. No, actually, sorry, the mojo, the lime and fresh garlic and onion. That's the one. It's a Cuban mojo. Carolyn had the Havana version, and that was really good too. It has like a tomatoey kind of sauce to it. Not really
nice,
saucy, but yeah. Anyway, that's uh that's the menu.
nice.
Yeah.
So now some trivia. I want to talk about since Christmas just passed, the
Yeah.
number one gift in the 1990s versus in 2022.
Okay.
So in 1990, the top gifts were Beanie Babies, Backseat Boys tickets, and Doc Martens. And this year it was a 3-in-1 charging station, Stanley tumbler, and an iPad.
Interesting.
Yeah,
A Stanley tumbler, is that
yeah,
like a coffee travel mug or something?
yeah,
What do
it's very popular. I
we really
know 3 people this Christmas that got one.
interesting?
I'll share
I
my
thought it was
screen.
either the Hydro Flask or the
No,
Yeti that were the most popular. So someone
no,
else is taking over.
those are old school now.
Oh, dang.
I'll show you which one it is. It's very popular. Oh, you
All right.
disabled my screen sharing.
I didn't
It's rude.
intentionally.
I would like to share my screen.
Let me see if I can fix that.
You just press the screen sharing at the bottom there. Okay, so this is the tumbler right here.
Oh, okay. And what's unique about this?
It fits in your cup holder because of this thing down here.
Oh, yeah, that
And
makes it
then,
nice. But it's
eh,
larger.
well, they have different sizes. And
Okay.
then it's leak proof, but with a straw at the top.
Okay.
And they're really cute. Look at all these colors.
Are they stainless on the inside?
Yep.
Okay.
Apparently they do keep it colder than a Yeti or a,
You're still sharing your screen, by the
I
way.
know. I'm going to
Okay.
show you the variety of options. See?
Yeah.
Something like
Nice.
that.
There you go.
Somebody did a review of all of them, looks like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
But
looks like Hydro Flask and some others.
anyways, so
Cool.
yeah, those are, I just thought that was funny. Backseat Boys tickets, Doc Martens have made a comeback, and Beanie Babies were the 1990s. And now kids are getting iPads. Um, okay, and then my question for today's dilemma is what has been your favorite gift you've ever given or received this year or past years?
Favorite gift I've ever given or received?
Given
Ever?
and received.
Uh, wow, that's a tough one. I I'll tell you, how about if I tell you this year, the favorite gift I gave was uh I got for your sister um a scarf, and she's a big fan of the book Princess Bride, and on the
Mm-hmm.
scarf is printed the entire book. in tiny print, and it just looks like a pattern on the scarf. But if you look at closely at it, it's actually words, and it's all written out on there. And I thought that was kind of a cool gift, and she loved it. And with that, I also gave her that they came out with a Princess Bride cookbook, and that was kind of a fun gift.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite gift I ever received, I think the one that stands out for me was when I was in, I don't know, 16, 17. My parents bought me skis, my first set of skis. And I was just getting into skiing. I was kind of a late start on skiing. I didn't start as a little kid. I started as a teenager. And that was really exciting to me to get a pair of skis. And I kept them for a long, long time, like over 20 years, and continued using them because they were great.
Mm-hmm.
Rossignol. I'll put it in plug for Rossignol.
Are those the skis you have now?
I have Rossignols again. I just bought some
No,
last year.
I bought those for you,
Oh,
didn't
you
I?
bought them
For
for me. So
Christmas.
that's my
Christmas gift.
there's my other favorite gift right there.
I was gonna say you didn't buy them. Sheesh. For me, my favorite gift I've ever received was probably from my sister. She gifted me like a scrapbook of our Paris trip, and then she got me a little Eiffel Tower keychain, very sentimental and like so perfect. And then my favorite gift I've ever given, my last year I gifted my grandma a matching tattoo. So we both got matching tattoos on the back of our neck.
What's the tattoo of?
It's like angel wings, and that was probably my favorite.
That's cool.
But yeah, so it was
Representing some people that have passed in your life.
yeah, and it's just a tattoo that's sentimental to us. So we got it, and that was probably my favorite gift I've ever given.
That's cool. I
Yeah,
like that.
and that's it for today.
That's the end of the dilemma.
Yep. So
One
we'll
more
catch
dilemma.
you guys next week with another one.